About the Facebook, you say that? Facebook.
Yeah, you're like.
Did you fix that?
Yeah, I'm going to just open it in another tab. I should get all the questions.
Okay.
I see you have 2 people watching you already. That was quick. It's not a watch party. Your group. I think that's me. You're making a face. Facebook again. Why am I talking to myself? People just joining in to watch, so I don't know if you want to start greeting.
They have to wait a minute for their greeting.
Okay. What about everyone in the meantime? Some of these people have such nice names. You've got over 100 people in your group.
You're clicking a lot.
There's a lot of people to invite.
I'll be over here if you need me.
I think we're halfway done now. Nope. Always good to invite. Loads and lots of comments. People are tuning into what you can start greeting them now.
Okay. Have you finished clicking?
Yeah, apparently yes.
All this clicking. Good evening. Welcome to the Destiny Hour with Paul. Thank you for spending the time. Inviting you to drop some comments, ask some questions, and I will give you some answers or some guidance, whatever you need, to make you feel better, more guided, to know the truth. So if you're joining us for the first time, we had a couple of problems with the comments on Facebook, so I don't know why I'm doing this, but apparently that's what you do when you're on the computer. We had some problems on Facebook, and it was Shay's fault. Right, so I'm sorry, folks. It was Shay's fault. She didn't put a button on, or some stuff like that. So she sewed the button on today. Apparently it's going to hold. So I hope that the comments will come through easier for you. It was Shay's fault.
We have a question from a Roxanne.
feedback like that. So she sewed the
Okay,
thank you. Today. Apparently it's going to
She
hold.
says,
So I hope that the comments will come through still easier for you.
muted it. No, I have not. I'm sorry. Alright. We have a comment from Roxanne saying, "Hi there.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know how to put this. All I want to know is what's happening. Is this going to pass?"
Still easier for okay. No, it hasn't. So, Roxanne, welcome. Sorry, terrible feedback. I was having the conversation I had 4 days ago. Thought I was going mad as well. Okay, my sweetie, do you want to know if this storm will pass? I quite understand that, my sweetie. Thank you for your comment. Wow, getting your heart racing. Not nice. Dum, dum, dum. Okay. Will this pass? Is that your question? Yes. But effort and a positive plan is required by you. Your opinion, your voice has to be heard. Okay. This may require you moving away from the situation because it is chaotic, absolutely chaotic. But I've got you, almost want to say, packing up and driving away from this. That is the best option, because if you stay currently in this situation, I don't know how much faster your heart can go. I've got headaches, I've got palpitations almost, your heart's in your throat. I'm really feeling for you. You need to wheel spin out of this situation as fast and as quickly as possible. I hope that's of some assistance to you, Roxanne. Thank you for your comment, my baby.
We have another question from Champagne.
Champagne, I love that name. Woohoo! How are you, my sweetheart?
She says, "Good morning. I would love to ask if possible, with the ordeal I'm going through, do you see the guy who left me getting his karma for what he did to me?"
Karma is a wonderful friend to have. It is a beautiful friend. Can I tell you something? I knew somebody that was in the UK, and they thought it was a good idea to emigrate to South Africa. Okay, so they thought, you know what we're going to do? We're going to buy the latest fridge. We're going to buy the latest TV, the latest washing machine, dishwasher, furniture through the roof. So they paid it for a couple of months, and then they packed up their stuff and they came to live in South Africa, free, with all the new furniture in the world. Do you know what happened? I'm going to tell you, they got robbed once they got here. Cleaned out. Karma. And what you need to know, karma does not stop once you leave the country. It does not stop once you really leave a relationship. It clings on, and it'll swing in your favor. So, Champagne, welcome. I know you're going through a lot. I know. Okay. Will, karma. Yes. And what is going to happen to this person is their very, very foundation, i.e. their home, wherever they move, it's going to be affected by this, as was your home affected by this. There's also a family issue in relation to the boy that did you wrong. Okay, and there's a female energy that's going to either become sick or very, very ill. Okay, And it's a strange thing, you know. This person destroyed your home, and it's going to come back. But the thing is, it comes back more serious for this person. And here's the beautiful thing. You don't have to wish the person harm or stick needles in his photographs or throw darts at a doll that looks like him or he bought you. You don't have to do anything, because the world turns, my baby. It turns, and it does not need your worry or your hate to turn it. And in 2 months' time, okay, and that could well be in March, okay, you're going to hear some devastating news. Guess who he calls for a shoulder to cry on? And guess whose shoulder is going to be cold? Thank you, Champagne. Wish you lots of love, my baby.
I just got some confirmation from Roxanne saying she did exactly what you said. She packed up and moved, and she went as far as changing jobs and got a divorce in her own place. So she said, thank you for the kind words.
Oh, Roxanne, you've given me goosies. What's goosies? Is that a South African? It's goosebumps going all down everywhere. Okay. This is what I want to say to you, Roxanne, because you are so kind, so honest, so real. I love real people, and people with manners. Okay, because you can't teach people that. You either got it or you don't. Okay, Roxanne, here's the thing. Throw yourself at work. Throw yourself, boots and all. Okay, and build yourself a nice financial foundation. If there's overtime to be done, do it, okay? And then spend a little bit of money on you. Do the tickly bits, eyebrows, hair, nails, you know what I'm saying? You might even consider a new hairstyle or a new color, okay? I need you to do this because the new and improved you is going to attract a gentleman. Not a guy, just a guy. Not a guy, a gentleman. Okay? And I want you to be in supreme condition for this event. Okay? It's the latter half of the year. It's the best thing you've ever done, my baby. Best thing you've ever done. I know it's a bit like that at the moment. But okay, you'll be phoning at Christmas. You'll be phoning, and you're going to be so happy.
You guys thank you so much from Champagne.
Thank you, Champagne. Thank you, Roxy, baby.
You got some new people joining you.
Welcome, new people. The good people out there. There's also bad people out there. They're not all good, Shay.
Is that so?
Yeah, I don't know if Daddy ever told you that. Well, Daddy's telling you now that all those people out there, they're not all good. Some of them are very naughty. Those naughty people also need help. Should we help them? You gotta. Okay, so naughty people, good people. I'm inviting your comments or your questions, or if you're just going to sit there, well, what's the point? Nothing on TV? Come on. Send a question. Let's answer you or help you. If not, maybe, baby, you can share me to people that would want some help. Okay, that's an act of kindness. Hello. Have you got a question?
Just get some lovely comments from Roxanne.
Roxanne, yeah, really, I'm telling you, you've given me goosebumps because, you know, this dependency which a lot of women fall into. Oh, I can't do this, I can't do it. Without a man. You've just blown that to pieces, my baby. Okay, strong woman, determined woman. I love that. Absolutely love that. You're a credit to womanhood. You're a credit to divorcees. Okay, and you a credit to the human strength and capability. Inspirational. Lovely girl. People are joining in. If you are joining in, welcome. It's the Destiny Hour with Paul. Who's Paul? That's me. Who are you talking to? I'm talking to my daughter. She is feeding me all the comments and the questions because I'm really stupid on the computer. So that's why I pay her the big bucks. Right?
Oh, massive, huge, triple figures there.
And she's doing all the tickly bits, and I just sit here like a film star, going, So she makes me look good, and I could not do this without her. Okay, and I thank you, my baby.
Is this Destiny Hour with Shay or Destiny Hour with Paul?
It's still Paul. Don't get cocky. It's my show. Okay. If you don't comment, we've started a tradition on this show because it's my show. We can do anything we want, right? So if you don't comment, and my biggest fear is having dead air because it requires me to think of things and try and entertain and fill in the gaps. It's the hardest thing to do for an hour if you don't comment. So what we've started, as punishment for you just sitting there watching, I've written a poem. And if we don't get enough comments, I'm going to be forced to read my poem. Okay? Doesn't rhyme, it's white noise, it might not even make sense. Okay? So if you don't start commenting, we've got that poem as a threat, and it's all your fault. Live from Johannesburg. Where's that? That's in South Africa, the bottom of Africa. What happens there? Well, not much these days.
Butterflies?
Yeah, we've got a lot of butterflies. That's about it. It's hot, very hot. Wow, very hot. Lots of mosquitoes, but some people are happy. Is there any comments?
Everybody is being very stingy with their comments.
That's just sitting there, are you? That's nice.
Everybody's watching.
It's lovely. Anyhow, if you want to have a look at the website, it's www.DestinyHourWithPaul.com. Have a little look. We can do a personal reading if you like, anywhere in the world. It's marvelous. If you are in South Africa or just want a telephone reading, here comes the number: 078 122 3584. 7 days a week. It's my full-time job, and it's a gift. It's a God-given gift. This isn't a money-making scheme or devilish stuffs. Okay, we don't do devilish stuffs here. Say my prayers every day. Okay. So good people.
We got such a lovely comment from Estelle. She says, "Thanks, Eskom. I'm missing my favorite people. Signal's very bad in my area. Best wishes. You guys rock. Hope this gets through to people."
Oh, okay. So apparently the power company here has decided to do some power cuts, and they've put a pretty name on it called load shedding, which means we'll just cut your power for as long as we want and just call it a pretty name.
Now we got a question from Toinette. "Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Okay, so here's finally a question. I know usually I just observe and don't comment, but if you can perhaps pick up on what the entity at my place was last night. If you can please pick up on something. I usually switch off, but this one's definitely made me aware of its presence, and it was not nice. I did do a cleansing this morning, so fingers crossed it's gone."
Okay, did Toinette phone before that everywhere she's gone, that was another lady?
No, Toinette just likes to sit and watch.
Oh, okay, Toinette. So, what was it? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Okay. It's somebody that wants you out. It's not a friendly situation, and I don't know if you've just moved in there, or it's. But the feeling that I'm getting is it's not a nice presence. Okay, you did everything right in trying to cleanse this morning. You've done good, but it's not a permanent fix. And I'm not trying to scare you. Okay, it's not a permanent fix. You know, it's kind of like you've put a Band-Aid on it, and you've done okay. However, this is going to require a more professional approach. I'm sorry to say. I'm getting a cat as well. All right. I don't know why I'm getting a cat. A cat. Okay. Whether it comes to visit from the neighbor or whether you've got a cat, but there's a significance about the cat. There's also a significance about one corner, which is very dark. Okay. The energy that's in there is a female energy. Okay. And I don't know if they're being territorial or they're just. The sense is that they are being territorial, it's not an attack on you per se. It's more of an attack on whoever is in the place. Okay, but there's a significance about a cat. I can't get around that. What I am going to say to you is, now I'm not trying to make a sale. I'm trying to be comfortable and make you comfortable. And I do offer protection kits, okay, at reasonable price, okay, posted to your door, okay. The stuff works, okay. We've had, and I don't want to sit here bragging and going, hey, I don't do that. But I will tell you this, that that particular product, which is on the website, a guy came to me in terrible pain. He lived in a tin shack in a township development, and we tested it on him as every night between 2 and 3, something would run on his tin shack roof, and he was very, very clean. There was no rats, because everybody said it will be rats or mice, and it was not, because he was very, very clean. When we developed this and gave it to him, he slept through the night. There were other revelations about the product that we used, because there's a muti, there's a cream, there's a prayer, and there's an atomizing spray. Okay, and if you do battle, I've got a feeling you may, then please, a reasonable price for a product that works, I think is just the thing you need. Okay, thank you for the comment.
Got some more people joining us.
Welcome, people, the good, the bad, and the pretty. Welcome, Destiny Hour with Paul. Please drop a comment, Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, or the other one. And let's see if we can help, guide, support, love ya. Do you want some love? Come on. Any questions, big, small, stupid, we answer them. Okay. If you feel that somebody needs help, guidance, share me. It's for free. How about that? So, Destiny Hour with Paul, 8 o'clock every night, live from Johannesburg, trying to help people.
People are very quiet tonight.
People are very quiet tonight. We have the threat of the poem, ladies and gentlemen. It's a poem I wrote. Okay, and it's a threat, because if we've got dead air, I've got to talk and think of things. So unless you don't want me to read this poem, you better start commenting. Right, I think it's time for those products. Yes.
Roxanne asks, are the pricings of your kits on your webpage?
Yes, Roxanne, they are. Where are you calling from, my baby? Do we know?
No, she hasn't said so.
Okay, yeah, the prices are They murder us with postage for overseas here. So it may seem a little bit high if you're out of South Africa. Yet in South Africa, it's a lot more reasonable. So if you are in South Africa, it's more reasonable.
Sorry, she did say she was from Durban.
Roxanne, yes, prices are on there. Love, if you need something in your life, either love, some kind of protection, or if you need some success, those are the only 3 products I sell. Invented by myself, used on my clients, and proven to work. Because when I tested them on my clients, so when they came back for a reading, if the products did not work, then I'd look a fool, and we couldn't have that. So it's a long process before it gets to this stage. It's years of testing and tweaking recipes, but those 3 products we've got on there absolutely work. If you want love, if you are trying to heal from the past relationship, okay, if you want to be more loving, if you want people to show you more love, that love cream covers all that. The protection cream covers people that have been perhaps like Twinette. She's got an evil presence in the house, or a presence in the house. It also protects from fear, protects against court cases, protects against your worst nightmare. It just gives you that support and confidence, and ladies and gentlemen, it works. Okay, that's all I'm about to say. And I'm not going to sound like one of those adverts on TV where, if you call now, then I will give you. No, I'm not going to do that. It works. And it's for what it does, it's reasonable, I think, anyway. So check out the website, www.DestinyHourWithPaul.com, and drop a comment if you're not doing that. That would be nice. Pepsi time. Is the computer plugged in?
Yeah, just the charger.
I will be slapping Shay after the show because she forgot to do the charger.
You can slap me now, it might get you some more views.
Kids of today. So we'll be slapping Shay after the show, or if you don't comment, I'll be slapping her during the show. It's hot as hell here in South Africa. Even the mosquitoes are complaining. Every night, 8 o'clock, Destiny Hour with Paul. It's my full-time job. I'm lucky enough and blessed enough to be able to do this for a living. I love helping people. It's the greatest gift, I think. And if you can direct and give advice, it's wonderful. And, it's all due to the man that runs things.
We got a question from Roxanne. She's saying this is more for let's see here. Sorry, just a lot of people commenting now. She said it's more so for protection. Something that is there feels like it's heavy on my shoulders. Every morning around between 3 and 3:30 in the morning, I wake up and feel, I wake up from something running across my bed. I have done a white sage clean. I always burn incense.
Okay, all right. That is the witching hour. Okay, Roxanne, that's what I need to tell you. That's where you're most vulnerable, and usually the most in the most deepest of sleeps. And the dark forces, or people that play with the dark forces know this. They're absolute cowards. So the best way they can kick you is when you're down or vulnerable. Okay, so that's primarily what that's about. Here's the thing: in that kit for protection, there's I'm going to say muti. Okay, it's like a powder that you sprinkle around. Okay, so we've got that. Okay, when we did the tests, okay, and this is a lot of people are going to think, well, oh no, that doesn't happen because it's not on TV. Well, anyway, take it or leave it. This is what happened. Okay, here in South Africa, the African culture, okay, are plagued with the tokoloshi. Okay, so much so that in times gone by, and to a large extent, even today, the Africans put their bed on bricks to raise it from this little tokoloshi, who's apparently about this big and runs around stealing stuff and causing havoc. Okay, so when I invented this muti, okay, one guy put it around his house, and two kids were playing outside. Their toilet was outside because it was also in a township and or informal settlement, as you like. The kids were playing there, and they saw something out of the corner of their eye run and hide in the toilet of the outhouse. And the kids, if they see something, 90% of the time they don't lie. If it's something they see, it's only if they're in trouble that they start lying. But so there's no need to lie. And the kids reported that they heard a voice complaining about the muti. And the voice kind of went something like this. Hey, I can't. And this was coming from the kids. So that sort of report, I know it works. So we got the muti, okay. Then we've got the protection inside on you, the cream, okay. We've also got the atomizing spray. We've also got a powerful prayer, okay. When I go and cleanse houses, that's what I use, Roxanne. So I know that it works. Okay. I promise you a difference, complete difference, if not absolute peace as a result of that stuff. It's honestly an investment in your peace of mind. Pepsi.
There's a couple of people joining in.
Welcome, people. The good and the bad. It's not all the good people just here. There's bad people as well, naughty people. You're all welcome to drop a comment about love, life, career, anything that's on your mind, troubling you, anything that's blocking you or in your way. Please feel free.
I've got some people hopping on to watch.
Good evening. If you just joined us, you know what time it is. It's Destiny Hour with Paul. That's the time. If you got time for us, got any questions for us, drop a comment, share me. Whenever I say share me, I feel like a prostitute. Share me. There might be somebody that needs some help. If indeed you would like to make an appointment and spend money. What's that? Money. And we can do a more personal reading. Stop doing that. 078 122 3584. 078 122 3584. We can do a booking on the phone, on Skype, anywhere in the world. It's wonderful, this modern technology. So, here to help. If you don't drop comments, we've got the new little thing that we started, because it's very hard to speak for an hour. And I've got to think, and it's energy, and I'm out of Pepsi. Okay, so if you don't drop a comment, I'm going to be forced to read my poem. I wrote it myself. It's terrible. But that's the threat. And it's all your fault, guys. Because you're making me work.
Very quiet in the streams.
Very quiet. It's Saturday night. I suppose people are going to the local club to have a little dance, maybe. Is that what the kids do these days?
Probably doing other things. You never know with the kids today.
What do the children do these days? Do they listen to that rock and roll music? Yes. Oh, sweating like a person. Okay. I was going to try to say something funny, but I couldn't think of anything. Live from South Africa. 8 o'clock every night. Taking your comments and your calls. And taking your troubles, hopefully, away. www.DestinyHourWithPaul.com is the place to go and surf. People still surf these days.
Apparently so.
Go and surf on www.DestinyHourWithPaul.com. There's a tiny little picture of me in a suit. Really? Yeah, well, that's just something. And I've got my creams and my little kits that work. If you want to make an appointment, you can do so as well. Oh yeah, there's also a donation section, which many people are avoiding. Just saying. Yeah, anyway, just pop on, have a look, see what you think. So it's Paul calling, broadcasting from South Africa. Every night at 8 o'clock. Is that button you tried to sew working?
Yes, that's working, no problem.
Kids.
But
the people aren't working.
Apparently not. Apparently not.
Could be watching soccer, you know, folks. Anyway, checking the time. Half an hour of this. Got the poem. Don't let me read it, folks. It's awful.
Getting lots of heart reacts and lots of love from people, but nobody's asking questions.
Thank you for your comments and support. It's lovely. It really means a lot. As I say, dead air is my worst nightmare. Well, it's not my worst nightmare. I mean, there's other things, let's be honest, than dead air, you know, but it's just one of those things I don't like. So if you want some advice, guidance, some attention, we all need some attention, right? Do call in. Well, I'm going to stare at you as well. Two can play this game, baby.
Roxanne says poem time.
It might be poem time, Roxanne. I might read it in the Tokoloshi voice.
We've got I believe it's another Shay waving.
Shay.
Yeah, with the Z at the end. C-H-E-Z.
Shez.
Not sure. Oh, yes, it's Shez.
Okay, somebody out there in quiet land needs to watch their temper. Female figure is coming through, okay? You keep getting, I don't want to say cross, because really it's blind rage. It's almost like you volcano, okay? Lady, you're not, you are more mature, can I say that? When I say that, more mature is over 30. Okay, I don't want to talk about age because it's a thing. Lady out there gets cross for you shouldn't. You're getting cross over the same thing and you're exploding. Okay, you need to guard against that, my sweetie. Okay, and take some measures because it's going to do you no good. You're actually scaring people away. So if it's you, stop being cross, please.
Got a lovely question from Roxanne asking, when did you discover your gift?
Oh man, that's a lovely question. I had an aunt who read tea leaves years ago. It was always a thing in our family. My mother had great intuition, terrible parenting skills, but great intuition. Okay, so there was a kind of it passed down, and it was always a theme in the family. But one night, when my girls were very, very young, there's only 18 months between them, so they were still. One was in a cot, Shay was in a cot, and Jerry was in bed. And this particular night, I for some reason woke up, and I got up and I went out to the lounge and I looked through we had a small window. I looked out the window for some reason. And we had 2 dogs, they weren't barking. And there was this, I hate to talk color because it's such a, you're not allowed to say this. But anyway, I'm just reporting the facts. There was a black guy standing by the fence staring at me. And I thought, what's he doing? You know, he wasn't making an attempt to come out. And I outstared him. And it was the longest 5 minutes of our lives, you know. And then he walked around the perimeter of the fence and he stood by the gate. And so I stood by the window, and then I pulled the netting back and stared at him, and he didn't move. He didn't get a shock. And I thought, this is weird, man. And he disappeared. And I thought, wow, that was really, really strange. So I went back to sleep after a while, and I dreamt of my dad's toolbox. And he had this distinct toolbox. It was about that big, and it was black, and he had his initials on it, GB, okay, Jerry Bellion. And I went to sleep, and then I dreamt about his toolbox. So in the morning, I woke up and I said, "Oh, it was a rough night, you know." And I got a phone call that my dad had passed that night. And what the ironic thing was, the guy, my dad had never been to this new house of ours, but that guy looked exactly like my dad. And from that point, okay, on, it started, wow, why was I warned about my dad's passing? And it became fascinating to me, and hence started that journey. As I say, the girls were young, so that my dad passed in 1999. So from that point, coupled with the intuition that was in the family, I started this journey. And it is a process. It's a bit like going to gym. You know, when you get there and you work your backside off thinking you've lost, you know, an inch in your waist. It doesn't quite work like that. So there's a lot of pitfalls, trust issues. There's a lot of resistance from the religious people. But there is it is a journey. And thankfully I found that calling, because without this, I'm one of the luckiest people in the world, you know, to be able to do this for a living, share love and happiness and give people hope. if I can say it like that. Lovely question, Roxanne. I hope that helped. But thank you for caring. It's lovely.
You got some new people joining in to watch?
Welcome, people. We're live from Johannesburg. Yeah, but what you're doing? I'm reading people's future. You got a problem with that? And we want your comments. Join, drop a comment. Let's answer your question. It's a God-given talent. And it's very sweaty in here. Can't you blow, Shay?
You find me next time.
So we're inviting questions, comments. If somebody needs help, please comment. If other people need help that you know, other people need help, then share me. That'll be kind of you. Do have a website, www.DestinyHourWithPaul.com. And there's 3 items on there in the shop. There's also ways to book. If you want a more intimate or personal reading, we can do this on the phone, we can do it on Skype, we can do it in person here in Springs, Johannesburg. Just bring your passport.
Yeah, very quiet tonight.
You're very quiet tonight. You know what you're doing, of course, good people. You're forcing me. What am we doing? You're forcing me to read the poem I've written. Well, I don't even know if it's finished. But unless you comment, I am going to have to be forced to read the poem and then run off to soccer. English soccer. Over to you, people.
People jumping in, but nobody asking questions.
Nobody's asking questions. I've run out of Pepsi. I'm getting hot. And you're just sitting there.
Not sure if maybe you want to try reading that poem. Maybe it'll open things up. Wait, am I participating in this?
No, Shay, there's no participation from you, my baby. You're just getting slapped later on because you didn't charge the computer. So we've got the slapping to look forward to. Slapping of my daughter. And we've got the poem. So I'm giving you 30 seconds to comment. Then you're getting the poem. Then I'm shutting down. Going to watch soccer. Your fault.
Who against who?
Don't know.
Anyone against anybody?
I'll just stare at the soccer ball. So, Destiny Hour with Paul. You've got another 24 hours to think of questions. Because we're doing this the same time tomorrow. Yes, we are. Destiny Hour with Paul. No movement?
People are quiet tonight. People jumping on?
Jumping on, jumping off, jumping up, jumping down.
I suppose people are too busy.
What? Too busy what, Shay?
Partying.
Pardon?
Partying.
So they're at the bar.
Oops.
They're saying, we're having a party and they've got me on in the background. What a party, eh? Good people, bad people. It's your time's up. That's it. Time's up. Okay? I did my makeup and my hair especially for this and you just don't care. Well, it's poem time. It's your own fault.
We've got one.
Oh.
Sorry. We got a question from Roxanne. What's to expect of my mum?
Your mum. Mum.
And then we've got another question afterward.
Came close to the poem. Right, Roxanne. Mum, is she battling with having a health issue? That's what I'm getting. If she's not been herself or at a full strength, I've got a feeling that she's going to need to pay attention to her health. And again, the first part of this year is going to be a bit tricky for her. Okay, so I'm going to say attention to mum's health. That's the big focus of the first part of this year, Roxanne. So mum has to look after herself, or indeed get her daughter, that's you, my babes, to start mothering her.
And we've got a question from Annika saying, "Hi Paul, Annika here.
Hello.
So my mom wants to know if her dad passed away peacefully and if she and her sister would sort things out."
If mum and her sister will sort things out. Okay.
And if her dad passed away, her mom's dad passed away peacefully.
Oh, okay. All right. There's a neck issue associated with your dad. Okay. I'm feeling there's possibly a stroke or aneurysm suddenly. Okay, that's what I've got. Did he pass peacefully? Shocked, but quick. And I guess that's if you want to be able to choose the way to go, you want it quick and out of the blue. The answer is yes, but he did know. He was forewarned about his passing. He knew his time. Okay. Will mum's sister sort mum and sister sort their things out? Okay. Families, I know, need such a lot of attention and such a lot of energy. Will it be sorted out? Not right now. Somebody with the darker hair is not willing to compromise. So I don't know out of the two sisters who's got the darker hair. Not willing to compromise. So I'm going to say this to you. What you do need is to take a break. And how do you take a break from the family? I want you to take a break. It's not for any other reason, because I want the darker haired person to realize that without her sister, life isn't the same. So you need to take a break, and you need to take a break for possibly 3 months. 3 months. So it's April. So you can wish her happy Easter, if indeed Easter's in April. Okay, so some events in April you can start texting her, but stop SMSing every day and texting and what are you doing? Because you're kind of spoiling her a bit, if truth be known. Spoiling her with it, and she's not reciprocating. That's the thing. You reach out to people and you go, hello, how are you? And they go, fine. And then the next text is, why didn't you call me back? Right? Okay, that's the feeling I'm getting. Okay, so stop spoiling her. She'll come back, but after she's learned that she can't be rude and nasty. I hope that answers you. Any more questions?
A couple more people joining in.
Welcome, people.
Picked up now.
You better hurry up. Why? Because I'll read my poem if you don't drop comments. I hate dead air because I've got to think and talk. Okay, so I will read this poem if you don't, which I wrote myself. It's only half finished and it's in Chinese.
You got some more people joining your Facebook group.
Hello, Facebook.
But you can ask people to ask questions.
Yeah, listen, my producer and director, sounds good, eh?
Yeah, it does.
My producer and director, whose voice you hear in the corner, she is my daughter, Shay, taking all the comments, doing all the computer work, and she's advised me to tell you that you need to drop some comments. Why? Because we're going to make your life a little bit easier or more clearer.
We've got a question from Shez. I believe that's how you say it.
Shez, hello.
She says, good evening. Just wondering if there is any message from my dad, Gary. He passed away suddenly, he passed away in December 2017 suddenly and so quickly. We don't even know what it was from. Doctor suspected cancer and it's always been on my mind and would put my mind at ease. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you for reaching out. Okay. There was Gary had a lung problem. And what I'm getting is perhaps you call them embolisms. Okay. It's something went up the bloodstream and blocked. Bang. Quick. Yeah, you're right. It was sudden. Okay. Message from Dad. Oh, wow. You know what I'm getting is he had such a lovely, kind voice. He had a lovely way about him. And what I'm getting is sincerity. Absolute beautiful sincerity. Okay. Was there a name, a pet name that he called you? I've got Babes or Pookie Bum or Fluffy Nose or something along those lines. That's what I'm getting. Okay. There's reference to a sister. Okay, reference to a sister. Shez, are you studying currently, or are you thinking about studying? I'm not looking at cards. The message is to study. So if there's a course or something you're thinking of, that's what I'm getting loud and clear, nice and clear, because I'm getting a kind voice, kind words. There's also a reference to a grandfather. Okay. And was Gary mad about music? Okay, I'm getting reference to music as well. Okay, is there a message? Your message is to study. But just know this, Shez, that people only come through if they care and they love you. Okay? There's energy in your kitchen. I don't know if Dad liked to be around cooking. Okay, but there's energy, and I know if it's a hot spot in your kitchen where you think of Dad while you're cooking or something. But if you wanted to connect with Dad, kitchen is the prime area to think of Dad. Okay, and he said put some music on. He loves you, eh? Thanks, Shez.
You have some more people wanting to join your Facebook group?
You can join the Facebook group. It's free. What? It's free. You can comment. It's also free. Make your life easier, happier, more loving. So...
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Middle of the show, Shay.
Apparently, Instagram has only got a limit of an hour.
Oh, really? No. We've only got an hour on Instagram. Why? Question is why?
We have a comment here, a question here from a foreigner. I think that's how you say it. I want to know, will he be back or not? Am I only getting wrong hopes? And I'm feeling very confused about my life. I badly need a reading.
Shame. Fighting was ridiculous. I'm calling you F because Shay can't say your name. Farada. Okay. The fighting was stupid. You know that, don't you? It was absolutely. Did he lay his hands on you? Which you've forgotten. Okay. Called you all the names under the sun. Okay. Cut him loose. Okay? And stop. Have you got some of his clothes? Throw them out. Okay? And it sounds hard. It sounds cruel. Okay? But you're not going to heal until you get rid of everything that reminds you of him. Okay? Cut him out. I'm trying to not go around the bush. Fire him. Get rid of him. Okay? He'll be back for kissy. You're going to let him in? Don't want you to, because it's the same old story. And I don't know, he's really egotistical, man. Hey, it's me. Hey, I'm the man. Hey. No, get rid of him. Okay, and that's the problem. You need to spring clean him, and then life becomes a little bit more lighter and brighter. Okay, if you carry on thinking he's going to come back, or he's driving past your house, or I'll just text him, or I'll just smell his clothes one more time, you're not going to heal, baby. You're not going to heal at all. So this guy isn't for you. Okay, he was for you for what it was, but he's the kind of guy that will walk down the aisle with you. And while you're walking down the aisle, he's checking out the other girls. That's the kind of guy he is. All right? Cut him loose. Okay? And once you do that, life will seem lighter. Okay? If you have any more questions, then check out the website and we can do a more personal reading. www.DestinyHourWithPaul.com. If you want a telephone reading, I have a phone. Okay, I'm going to give you the number 078 122 3584. 078 122 3584, and perhaps we can give you more guidance and more answer any more questions you may have. But don't take him back, sweetheart, please. Don't do it. You're going to be used and abused. Thank you, Farada or Foreigner.
Farana, I believe.
Farana, thank you, Farana. Well, this is the Destiny Hour with Paul. We have come up to the hour mark. Have we? Yeah, we have. Been working here, sweating, because it's 9:02. So unless you have any more comments, we're going to call it a night. Any more comments?
For now, no. You're getting lots of positive reactions from people.
Positive reactions. Thank you. That's, if you're not dropping comments or asking questions, and you are giving positive reactions, that's payment enough. It makes things worthwhile and gives us a sense of satisfaction and purpose. every night here, live from Johannesburg at 8 o'clock. Destiny Hour with Paul. Trying to help, guide, give people hope. Give you hope, help you cope.
Farana says, thanks for the reading. You're right. I'm feeling I'm not getting expected results from anything.
Yes, Farada, I wouldn't have been so hard on you, because if I started sugarcoating it, you would not make a decision to move on. So I have to tell you, like, hard, because I mean it. And if you come across hard, I did it for a reason, not to hurt you, my baby, because I know you're already hurting. But cut him out, please. Stale bread. What do we do with stale bread? Throw it away. But you know where I am if you need me. Okay? If you need some support or help. It's what we do here.
With that, would you like to wrap up the hour?
Going to wrap up the hour now. How do I do that, Shay?
You can read a poem or you can send your greetings.
They were a bit quiet, weren't they?
Well, you definitely got a lot more people watching.
Really?
And tuning in now.
Oh, now? Oh, now? The minute we want to go, now you want to tune in. Unless, I don't mind staying if you've got comments. I really don't. But if you don't, then it's tricky to stay on air and talk all the time. So what we've been doing is, if you haven't been commenting and we've got dead air, there's a threat of a poem that I wrote. Okay, and it's just to keep the air alive. So if you don't comment, the threat is one of my poems. It's in Chinese. So, Destiny Hour with Paul every night at 8 o'clock. Shay, my daughter and producer and my everything.
Thank you.
Without her, this would not be possible. She makes me look good. And I'm forever in debt to her.
Thank you, Dad.
I mean, forever in debt to you guys for watching and giving your comments. It's just wonderful. There's some beautiful people out there. There really is.
I think now would be a good time to close.
Okay, gonna close. I'm not gonna make you suffer with the poem. And just to say that if you want an appointment, 078 122 3584. Website www.destinyhourwithpaul.com. I want to wish you love and peace. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. And I'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Good night.